Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So this reading we are going to do tonight is going to include the archetype cards again. So what we normally do is pick 4 archetype cards which will make up a portion of your personality, or it could be about the person that you are interested in or inquiring about. So take what resonates. If it doesn't sound like you through the cards, but it sounds like somebody that you know, then this could still be a reading for you, okay? So let's see what we have for you, collective, at this time. What do we have right now? So just put into your mind, what is the current situation that you are wanting to have more clarity on right now, what you want to know about, what you want to find out. Gosh, these cards seem, I don't know if my fingers have shrunk or if these cards have grown or what, but they seem hard to shuffle tonight. Perhaps I'm just tired. Oh, no, I thought something fell out then. No, something did flip over, didn't it? Let me have a look at what these are. Oh, we've got lover, artist, gambler, bully. That one always comes out. That always comes out. Who is this bully in our energy at the moment? So, okay. So let's have a little look at what we've got here. So the lover is, the light attributes are great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow attributes, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Now you could be somewhere in between on these. I feel an energy of a person that perhaps likes to give, but also likes to receive. They like to have that reciprocated. I do feel you've got quite a passion for life. You take a lot of passion in what you do. I would say from this energy that you are probably self-employed, that you run your own business of some form. You're a very creative person. And I do feel that you spread a lot of love around the world. So even if this isn't particularly to a partner, you do spread a lot of love to people. You just brighten people's day. People really vibe off your energy and like to be around you because you have this way of making people feel loved. And the artist, so expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. I feel like you've got this real passion and drive for what you want to do, but sometimes maybe you feel like it doesn't financially fulfill you. Maybe there's a little bit of an element of, where's my next meal going to come from? Where's my next paycheck going to come from? That does feel a little bit like that. But you do, again, pairing that with the lovers, the lover card, is you've got this real energy. There's something I read in there. When you talk to people or when you're around people, you help them to see a different perspective on life. You help them to see things in a different way, in a very light-hearted and positive way, almost. I don't feel like you like to be around heavy energy or people that are quite dull or negative. It brings your energy down when you're around that kind of person. But and I see somebody as well that, I like doing this myself, like doing meditations that work with all 5 of the senses. So maybe like eating an apple, smelling what's around you, gazing, what can you hear and how far can you hear out, that kind of thing. So you like doing those sort of meditations, I feel, from this. I'm getting something about Gaelic, like Gaelic things or Celtic things maybe really interest you. Maybe you're looking into Gaelic at the moment. Maybe you're really interested in runes. That's why you watch my videos. There's some link there with that. I can see sort of like words written in Gaelic. Maybe you've got like a poster or something that has like a Gaelic sort of wording on it. That's what I can see around you. Maybe if you are an artist and you do draw art or something, that you do it sort of like that kind of thing. I do feel like you're somebody that's really into Lord of the Rings as well, actually. You know, like the elvish writing, it's something like that. I can see it. Well, maybe you've got a ring with that sort of around it. The gambler. So we've got willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. So maybe you do kind of hop, skip and jump through life, winging it sometimes is the word I'm going to say. But that kind of goes with this sort of energy on here, the lover energy. It does make me laugh. I've got, there is a song that I get every now and then, and that song's just, that card's just made me think of it. And then the gambler as well. It's by the Steve Miller Band. It's called The Joker. I don't know if you've heard of it, but that's something that's coming through. So maybe that means something to you. Perhaps there's some kind of connection there with you. It is just a really good song though as well, so listen to it if you can. But there is this energy of, I don't feel that you always follow your intuition, but you do tend to gamble with things. Or like, you know, you'll take a chance, you take a risk. But sometimes you can be a little bit reckless with the decisions that you make, and you almost kick yourself sometimes because you're like, oh, I should have really just stood back a little bit and listened to my intuition on this rather than just going straight into it. And bully, this one's come out quite a few times, and it says highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute is conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. I do feel you're the kind of person, even though you've got the lover there and the artist there, you kind of got this free spirit type of energy about you, but you don't take any shit. I feel like you know, if you feel like somebody is kind of like just spouting rubbish or whatever, you will tell them that. You can have an energy about you that can feel a little bit intimidating to some people. Doesn't mean that you are a bully or an intense person, but just that you expect people to kind of speak truthfully or speak in a certain kind of way. And if people seem a little bit airy-fairy and seem to be sort of not speaking their truth, you know, when some people just say something, like say a sentence or a phrase that they might have picked up, but they don't really know what that phrase is meaning. They're just spouting it. There's no real consciousness or thought to what they're saying. That really gets to you. I feel like that really annoys you. And people can see you sometimes as a little bit like, oh, I don't know how to talk to this person, because, or they trip up over their words when they try and talk to you because you go straight down the line. So if that sounds like you, of these aspects, remember, you know, the whole of your personality is a lot more than just this. This is just a short part of you. So if that sounds anything like you, then this is your reading today. If this, however, sounds a little bit like someone that you know, then stick around. I am getting an energy today, though, that this kind of could be a bit of both, a bit of two people. So if there's only two of these that resonate with you and two of them resonate with somebody else, or if there's two collectives here, then, you know, if one of those that you were hearing there was like, yeah, that's definitely sounding like me, stick around, because I feel like there is more for you in this. So let's see what we have in your runes today. So this will give you a little bit more clarity, guidance. What rune have we got for you today? So you are going through a real transition at the moment. You are moving from, I feel like you're shedding one skin to expose another one. And I say expose rather than like a brand new energy. It's almost like you're just sort of moving through things to uncover more about yourself. And you've been doing this a lot lately. You've been going through this a lot. And it's these aspects that are allowing you to uncover these more. You know, you're really tapping into like, what are my skills? What is my talent here? Your ability to move through things with a bit of luck is there as well. Your ability to have this kind of confident, intimidating energy about you as well. And that lover energy of like, you do love life, you love people. I feel like you really do hold a lot of passion within you, and you're starting to really let go of things from the past, I feel, that have held you back at this time. And this is the transition that you're going through now, is like a death and rebirth. I'm getting the energy of somebody that maybe have recently walked around graveyards, maybe gone to sit with a tree around a graveyard perhaps, or something like that. Yeah, just spending time, you know, quietly in spaces. Yeah, so this transition that you're going through, it's a sudden change, that it's kind of all the decisions that you've made recently, and I feel like this is maybe over the past 2 months, if not 2 weeks, but this is about you making some changes that are leading to it's a bit like burning down the house to start again, like a bit of a phoenix energy that's coming through on this. And Hagalaz is talking about you've been in a state of contemplation and now you're ready for a sudden change. Now, you know that this change is going to create a little bit of challenge, maybe a little bit of chaos, but you also know that it's necessary for your growth. It's necessary for the next chapter in your life. And it's liberating. There's something about freedom within it. And I feel like what you're letting go of is outcomes. You're letting go of feeling like, well, what's the outcome of this? Because in the past, you always think ahead to the future of something, of like, oh, I'm going to do this, and this is how it's going to turn out, or this is how I expect it to turn out. And it's almost like somebody's taken the expectation, scrumpled it into a ball and thrown it out the window, because you know that the expectation is what's creating disappointment in your life. And you've put an end to that. And you've decided, I'm going to embrace change. And I'm going to not look at the outcome. I'm going to just be in the moment. And allow things to unfold, allow things to flow as they are. You can only really live moment to moment. You don't have anything else other than this moment that we are in. And we have answers on here. Now, this is Odin's rune. I've said that many times before. You are being guided right now by the gods as to what direction to take. So it's almost like they are blessing this change within you. The gods love chaos. They love it. It's part and parcel, you know? It's part of it. And it's almost like you need a ruckus right now. You need something to happen that's going to turn the table, throw things around a little bit, shake that energy up. You know, things need shifting around, things need breaking, things need to be free, liberated. That is the energy I'm getting from you today, is about this liberation. The lover, the artist, the gambler, the bully, they all want to be liberated. These are all aspects of somebody that has been feeling trapped for a very, very long time. I'm getting a number 4 on that. So take that how that resonates with you. It could be 4 years or 4 months, but it feels like a lot longer than that. It feels like decades, really, that you've had this feeling of being trapped and you haven't really communicated how you felt that with anybody. But now you're starting to realise, actually, I need to express myself. I need to liberate myself. So I see somebody here that's kind of like, it's like you need to throw some tables around. You need to scream. You need to shout. You need to just let people really see the full force of you. The full force of you. And there is liberation and freedom within it. I like that energy. It's very Viking. It's very much you. And whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. Take it how it resonates. But you need to really understand your power, your strength, and your ability to create chaos for the greater good. Yeah, when we create something chaotic, it has a ripple effect. And it's not that you're doing that to cause problems or to cause a fuss or for attention. It's for liberation, because you've been trapped for so long. I'm getting an image of like a Tasmanian devil or something like that that's been locked in a cage for such a long time, and then suddenly somebody releases it out and it just wants to go wild, just wants to go mad. And this is the energy I feel with you. And it's not that you need to go out and go mad and start having fights and things like that. It's more in a spiritual sense, if you like, or a metaphorical sense of like, you really need to express and, you know, use this bully energy of like, this is how I'm feeling right now. This is what I need to say. And look, answers, that rune I showed you there, is air. It's the element of air, and it's connected to the gods. It's the breath of the gods. And this is what the bully looks like in this picture, is like the breath of the gods. Okay. You have the potential and the ability to really stand up for yourself and be respected for it, because you are being authentic and truthful. And when you stand in that, you know, you can never look weak. You can never look feeble. Even if it feels very vulnerable, to allow that out, it's so liberating and so freeing, and very, very necessary on this journey that you are in right now. So I feel like we need to pick one more rune. I just got told that there's another rune that you need to see. And it's Athala. This is the inheritance, in a rune of inheritance. I couldn't speak then. I actually sounded a bit, I felt like I was a bit drunk or something. It's sort of like, you know, when you're slurring your words, that kind of thing. So maybe you have been getting the mead down you recently or something. But this connects to family, and it's almost like Athala represents your spiritual ancestors getting behind you. And I feel like maybe you have got some ancestral link with a Celtic connection, because of like all the Gaelic things that are coming through and stuff like that. There is some kind of connection on here. You're a Dane, you're not a Saxon, is what I'm saying. And this is, they're driving this force through, because they're like, this is truly you. This is who you are and who you truly need to express yourself as. Be that Viking, be that person, because that is what you need on this next part of your journey. So I'm glad we picked that. I'm glad that they got me to do that. So I think because we're talking Gaelic, we're going to be using the Llewellyn cards, okay? The Celtic connection cards on there, because it just feels like it resonates more with where your energy is at the moment. I don't like things in the camera that shouldn't be there. So let's see what your current situation is then. That took me like nearly 20 minutes just to do that bit. You are carrying quite a burden, my dear. So you've got the 10 of Wands on here. You've been carrying a lot. And I don't think it's all your stuff either. It's like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your back. You've got to a point of like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Why do I need to have this around my neck like a noose? You know? And it's almost like what you want is so far away in the background, like you just can't reach it. You can't get to it. So your current situation, it feels like you just constantly on this climb, you know, like one of those mountain climbs, you know, where you sort of, it feels like your bag's getting heavier every step. Your blisters are getting sore every step. You have to keep stopping because there's something else that you need to do, or you know, or the weather's that bad or whatever. You just need to sort of hide your face from the wind for a moment or something like that. You know, those kind of climbs. It feels like you've been on that for a very, very long time. And now you're getting to a point of sort of like, well, maybe I just need to sit back for a moment and take in the view that's around me right now. And with that rest, it gives you then the stamina to go power up to the summit and get further. But this chaos that we're getting from Hagalaz on here, this change, this sudden change, is like realising I don't need to carry these sticks on my back. What do I need that for? What if I can't even light the fire when I get there? So why am I carrying them? So this is about letting that go. Letting that burden go so that you have more stamina, more energy. And yes, you know, these sticks might not be yours, in which case people might get a little bit gnarly that you've put those sticks down, that you've thrown them off the mountainside, okay? But if they weren't yours in the first place, but you were carrying them for somebody else, why are you allowing yourself to carry somebody else's burden? This is for you to sort of go, I'm done with that. I'm done with all of these sticks now, and I'm going to throw them. And it gives you so much more ability to reach what you're looking to reach. Let's see what your challenge is then, as if that's not a challenge in itself. Okay, yeah, your challenge is about letting go. So the Four of Pentacles here is about somebody that is struggling to let go. You're keeping your cards close to your chest. You're not really letting anybody in. So that challenge is about you releasing that, allowing yourself to express through answers. Allow your chaos to unfold. That's your challenge on here. Is sort of like, you know, what is it that you are holding on to so dearly, even though it is costing you your happiness and your freedom? It's costing you that liberation. There's something to do with property in this as well. So maybe you've got some money tied up in property for some reason. And right now you could do with some financial help, but you can't get it because of something being tied up in property. And that's kind of annoying you, I feel, or making you feel trapped still. And you want to be released from that. But that's difficult. I've got that song now. It must be the reason why I'm king of my castle. What's that? Must be the reason why I'm standing in blah, blah, blah. I can't remember it. Must be the reason why I'm taking something with you. I can't remember who sang that now. If you know what it is, put it in the comments for me. Put me out of my misery. Must be the reason why I'm king of my castle. Must be the reason why. I can't remember now. But yeah. Anyway, we will come back to that. So what do you need to focus on right now? What is your focus at this point? What is your focus going to be? Oops. What is your focus? Got the Three of Cups I just seen on there. So maybe this is about friendship. Focusing on friendship. Okay, we've also got the Chariot. So with the Chariot, this is about you focusing on victory, and it's that real, like, taking action, taking control, taking the reins. You see how this person is riding the white horses on that wave. Okay, this is like you. It's time. It's time for you to ride that wave into the sunset. Into, what am I thinking? I feel like you already know what the victory is here in this situation for you. You already know what you're heading towards, but you are struggling to release that burden. You're struggling to release what you're holding on to. But you know once you do, there will be victory. There is action. There is a real focus on moving quickly, moving forward. There needs to be some speed that happens around this. And it feels like the more you hold on, the more you have this, you're missing an opportunity here. There's something that might not be available to you without that action, without that speed. And they want to tell you that your victory is about, you know, smashing down, creating that chaos, creating that kind of wave that sort of like smashes everything out of the water so that your path is clear. That's what it feels like to me. Like something is really blocking your path right now, and it takes this chaos to allow yourself to be free from it. If that resonates with you, I really hope that it does. What do you need to let go of then at this time? What are we letting go of? I feel like somebody needs to drink more water at the moment as well. I'm feeling like a real thirst, like a lot, like all the time. So what do you need to leave behind? Yeah, leaving behind conflict, drama, leaving behind something that you are stubborn about, because that's what it feels like on here, that you are stubbornly sort of not in agreement with, or, you know, it's something that's really like hassling you right now, or there's some form of competition going on, like it's sort of, or you feel like you're in competition here. Or maybe you've created a competition in your life. But this is about you leaving that behind, letting go of that, letting go of the competition, letting go of the hassle, letting go of the conflicts and the disagreements. You know, it's like you're done with this now. You're done with this. It's not serving its purpose anymore. It's time to move away. Let's see. That's weird. I've never really noticed that before, but look, if you look there, that looks a bit like Hagalaz. Let me show you Hagalaz. See, it looks like Hagalaz. I've never ever noticed that before. So I do feel like in order for you to liberate yourself and to create this freedom, there's going to be a few disagreements with people around you, maybe even family members, because you are evolving into, or remembering who you are in this like Viking sort of energy, okay? And it's got a real spiritual side to it. I can see somebody that's really stood in their power when they feel like that. It's very nature-based as well, and you're very strong in that energy. Again, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. But there are people that aren't going to agree with this. They're not going to be okay with it. But that's where this bully energy needs to come in, because it's like you've got to stand in your power and be sort of like, you know, this change is happening and I'm going to cause chaos to get where I need to get. And, you know, people need to basically stay out of your way in order for you, because you're coming with this chariot energy, that focus, yeah? You're coming in on that chariot. So this is what you're leaving behind, is people that are against this, that are, you know, causing conflict within you. We've got at the bottom of there, the Two of Cups. So this may be actually leading towards a union for you that's coming in. Let's see what your strengths are at this time. Okay, I've got 2 cards for strength. No, we haven't. We've got 3 cards for strength. Okay. I'm going to talk about these 2 and then this one, all right? So we've got the Hermit in the upright position and then the 9 of Wands pointing in the reverse. So this one is kind of like you've been through quite a lot, and I feel like that has been difficult for you. There's a feeling of being almost like self-sabotage or wounding of some form. But it's, even though this is coming out in your strengths, what you've been through there, the experiences that you've had, the things that have happened in your life, you know, it's not really self-sabotage, because they've helped you to introspect. It's helped you to really go within and ask yourself the deeper questions. Yeah, I feel like you've recently learned that when you need to ask a question, you need to ask yourself that question before you ask anybody else. Yeah, like, you know, what am I learning from this? What is the teaching of this? What am I getting from this? And sometimes more, you know, a question leads to more questions, but it's still introspection. It's still helping you to grow and to understand yourself on a deeper level. And that's what I feel like your strength is here. It's almost like you put yourself through situations, or things happen. It's like that gambler energy there, isn't it? It's like, you know, maybe happy-go-lucky, you've come across situations where you're like, this is actually hurt me or wounded me in some way. But it has led you into this introspection, and that's your strength. Okay. Now, what also came out in your strength is this 10 of Cups. And I feel like, so this is sort of something that you, it normally comes out as a desire. Like, this is what you would like your life to look like. How you want things to be is like, there's a couple there, and there's kids there, and a house there, and a rainbow, and it's all lovely and nice energy. There's peace to it. And you do have the ability to be quite peaceful, but in the past, you've always felt like you've only really had peace when you've been totally on your own. But now you want to combine your energy with another, I feel. And what you're being guided here is actually your strength is keeping this vision of what you want, that peace. Okay? Your strength is peace. That's nice. That's good energy to have on there. What is the future? What is your future coming out as? Only that again because half the pack fell out. Although I just saw the Ace of Swords. So there's kind of like clarity around that. Like you've got an idea. There's an idea budding. There's clarity on something. What is the future of this? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let's take these then. So, the future is coming up as the Three of Pentacles and Judgment. So, this says to me, there's been a little bit of a realisation in your, this is the recent future, I feel. The recent future, that doesn't make sense, does it? What's the word? I can't think of the word. What is wrong with me? Your near future, that's the word. Flipping heck, that was difficult, wasn't it? And maybe that's how you've been feeling, is sort of like you can't quite get your words, you can't quite form a sentence around things, or you can't quite catch it. And this energy is about somebody mending something. I feel like this is about teamwork, working together. You know, this girl, she's sat there sort of like weaving, a bit like one of the weavers of the web. And that's your fate that you're weaving there. And it's like you're repairing something, you're mending something, making something right. And with Judgment there, this is like you are awakening. There's something that's being unveiled and repaired on here. Have you ever seen the film Brave? That girl, and again, that's a Celtic one, isn't it? Merida, and it's Scottish. And she's a young girl that goes out with a bow and arrow, and she has this, I'm not going to tell you the whole Disney film. There's probably some flipping copyright law about that, isn't there? But basically, this girl, she has an issue with her mom, and there's a tapestry that they have to repair as part of the film because she tore it. So she tore them between them. And part of her bringing her mom back from being this massive bear into her mom again was repairing this tapestry. And there's something about that that's coming out on this for you in your near future. Is like, I see you repairing something because you've had a realization about it. There's a realization and awakening that's happening for you. And like I say, this is quite near future, I feel. And it is helping you to repair something. So maybe after that chaos has hit, that's you kind of like, you know, it needed to happen. It needed to happen for people to realise certain things. Again, coming back to that film, you know, the things that happened, it created chaos, but it needed to happen so that the mom could realise what the daughter needed, and the daughter could realise what the mom was trying to do, or how the mom was having to be. So it's like chaos isn't a negative thing. Chaos kind of like throws everything up into the air. And it's like anything, isn't it? If it creates a mess, somebody has to pick up the mess at some point. But not until they realise there's an actual mess in the first place. Okay? And when you awaken to that, when you're sort of like, I need to clear things up. I need to sort this out. There's a realisation within that. And it sparks a real new beginning. It's a positive note. It really is a positive note that's happening for you right now. But the sudden change is on its way. What's your advice? Ooh, we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse position. Now, I didn't even ask a question when this came out, so I might pick another card in a moment. But this is about forgiveness. So your advice here is about forgiveness, and I feel like it's forgiving yourself in some way, more so than forgiving anybody else. This is about you forgiving yourself for the past. But let's get another card for the advice as well to go with that, because that obviously wanted to speak somehow, didn't it? That, it's definitely the Sun. That's come out 3 times now, trying to get out the pack. Now, this is the energy of your advice here is that you have manifested this. You asked for this path. What is happening in your life right now, and I feel like you can see it in the horizon, but this stuff, you know, that 10 of Wands is burdening you, weighing you down, that you need to like throw away, cause a ruckus, release it. It's difficult to speak about it. I can feel that. Like, I feel like I'm losing my voice. It's a real difficulty to speak out about it. That's why you need to like scream and shout and really raise your voice over it. You need to stand in your power over it. Jeez, I can't speak. This has been your dream. And what they're advising you on here is that, you know, you are about to achieve joy. You're inspired by something here that you have manifested. And it's about time that you allowed this realization to happen in your life. Okay? Through forgiveness. Through forgiveness. Yeah. We've got the Page of Swords on the bottom there. So this is about a messenger. This is sort of like where there is a communication going on. Jeez. You are the student in your own life as well. So it's like you're learning a lot at the moment. You are in this sort of, you're learning something new here. So what is in your environment right now? What about your environment? Your environment is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a time of assessing and reassessing and sort of, I feel like in your environment right now, you're sort of, it's almost like the explosion happened and now you're looking at all the pieces on the floor. What am I going to keep? What am I going to get rid of? What direction am I going to go in? Because this can signal sort of like that there is a change in direction coming. So in your environment right now, there is a little bit of a change going on in that direction. But it's a fortunate energy that you are in. You know, this is somebody that's kind of like, you are reaping the rewards for the decisions that you're making. It's almost like there's a beer waiting for you in Valhalla because of the decisions that you're making. Okay. Let's see what your hopes and fears are at this time. I really hope my voice holds out for the rest of this. Hopes and fears. We have, the Knight of Wands. Now, this knight is very charismatic and passionate. Okay, so that kind of goes with that lover energy there, and the artist as well to a certain degree. This is, you're hoping for adventure and inspired action. So that is kind of like what you're needing right now, is that adventure, getting out there, passionately going after what you want. This knight stops at nothing to get what he wants. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, you can be this knight. You have so much love, passion, a real like primal energy to you that you can use for inspiration to move forward in the direction that you want to go in, okay? And you're being asked now to really bring out that charisma, allow it to shine. Don't shy away from who you are and the way that you want to live. Not for anybody. What is your outcome? What is your outcome at this time? Your outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. A very nurturing, stable, healer kind of energy. This is somebody who is the healer. So again, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. This represents, it could represent you as a person, as that person that is, you know, just self-made basically. You've done so much work to achieve what you've got right now. It's like you're not going to want for money. You're nurturing your own energy and possibly nurturing others as well. Or this could be somebody in your life that is the healer and the nurturer and is self-made. But also it could be you are the healer, the nurturer, the one that's self-made. And that as your outcome energy, I don't think you could get a more positive outcome on this. There's so much stability on there. And look, it's free from any burdens as well. It's sort of like you've achieved this through your hard work, through these realizations, through dropping those heavy burdens and sticks, letting go of other people's expectations and letting go of your own expectations, enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey. This is your outcome. Okay. Oh, wow. And we've got the King of Wands on the bottom of there as well. So this is the King of Wands. Well, this is a leader. This is somebody that's very successful. And again, it's got that passionate energy. The Wands are all about fire, passion, power, and that spiritual energy as well. So this is what you're heading towards. It's a beautiful energy that you've got going on there. Now, if that resonated with you and you would like to look into it on a deeper level, and you may have some questions to go with that, I do offer 1 or 2 question readings that are a lot quicker, a lot shorter, or you can have your own personalised reading as well. So the details are in the description box. Do get in touch if you would like to know more. And please do like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Drop an emoji or something in the comments if it resonated with you. Have a blessed evening.